You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Revenge After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Revenge After Show.
Welcome, everybody. Being is for doing, and we're here doing another Revenge Season 2, Episode 12. I originally thought this was called Collusion.
They're getting so complicated with their titles.
They are. It's also, I can't really read that well.
Collusion, yeah.
Yes, Collusion is the correct title. I am Phil Svitek, joined alongside Katherine Tulich, back from the Golden Globes. Welcome, Katherine.
Thank you.
Back. We missed you.
Oh, thank you. It was a fun week last week at the Globes, but you had fun too, I hear.
We did. We had a lot of fun. We had EJ was here, who plays Marco on the show. He was great, and we have Anna Koppel. Welcome, Anna Koppel.
Hey, thanks.
And Gabrielle Loren. She's preparing for award season.
That means she'll be out for months.
Yes, kind of.
These awards never stop.
They do not. But let's get right into kind of where we sort of left off last week with Padma and Nolan, and how Padma's a biatch.
Well, I knew that though. Like when that scene happened last week, I watched it just recently, and I was like going, I knew it all along. She was never. Come on, we knew that she never really liked Nolan just for Nolan.
That is true. I mean, I was kind of on the fence. I will admit, I was one of the stupider audience members. I'm probably in
gullible.
I am pretty gullible.
Gullible when it comes to love.
Well, it's
romantic. Phil's a romantic.
You're romantic.
This show is so incredibly tough, and the twists and turns. I never know which way to believe them. So I was in it for the ride, and I believed Padma. I wanted love, but it turns out Marco was the real guy.
I think we also feel like Nolan deserves love so much.
I know.
We wanted it to work.
Yeah. But I knew it couldn't. I knew there had to be another agenda.
Yes, that is true. But, we talked about this a little bit last week in terms of, that Nolan's great at sort of doing what he does, but he's not necessarily, he's great at leading his company, but he's not great with this stuff. But I give him credit because he figured it out tonight on his own without Emily's help. He
did, but it was a pretty big clue that gave him that reason to figure it out.
That is true, but I mean, luckily it wasn't too late.
It was a pretty major slip on Padma's part.
Pretty major.
Yes, I feel like if you're gonna, just FYI, if you're doing spy work, try to keep your...
Try and keep your facts straight.
Yeah.
Of what you're supposed to know, right? Right.
Yeah. And again, since it certainly wasn't public information. Marco called about some Carrie Ann.
Yeah.
Do we have a Carrie Ann?
Carrie Ann here.
But yeah. So, but what Emily kind of comes up with the plan for Nolan. This is what I want to ask you guys. The last scene, how hurt was Nolan watching Padma, go through his drawer and all that?
But he was hurt, but the hurt already happened, right? He already knew that she betrayed him, so he was just seeing the evidence now.
But is he hurt because he trusted her, or because he hurt Marco?
I think all of it. I think it's all hurtful. I think first he had already suspected. Yes, he already knew that she knew about the carrion, but it's kind of like you find a text message that shouldn't be there on your husband's phone or something. So you set up a camera to see him in action cheating.
But you already know.
You already know, but it still hurts more to watch it. And so that's first. And yeah, I'm sure he feels terrible. Like he had that very real relationship with Marco. I think EJ had mentioned last week that you know, Marco's the only one who really knew Nolan, who knew Nolan before he was Nolan Ross and before he was this billionaire. So they had a very honest relationship, and so I'm sure he feels terrible that he didn't believe him and didn't trust him, and I think that's a layered bad feeling going on.
I mean, let me ask you this. How well does Emily know Nolan? Because that'll obviously we'll talk about that more with Emily and Aiden. You know, she gave him the plan, and you know, Colleen, because of that action, could possibly be dead. Are Emily's plans always the best? Should Nolan go along with this?
Well, how many times has he learnt by now? He always goes along with Emily, no matter what the result.
Yeah,
I think Nolan knows Emily better than Emily knows Nolan.
I would agree with that. Why is Nolan buying a house? Just random question.
Why?
And why did Emily have to buy it for him? Isn't he rich enough?
Well, she said she would as a favor because he didn't want to be helping Daniel, I think, in that moment.
Right.
I think.
I mean, yeah, it was a weird thing.
Yeah. And did
How
you...
it clicked, but yeah.
And just, they sort of explained Carrion today, but me not being very technical. Did you get it? I know I understood was Nolan said the rest is in his head.
Well, the rest of the formula is in
Did
his
you get
head.
what it actually does?
It turns off, I mean, it's basically a virus that apparently turns off lights.
Ah.
You know, and that's, and Nolan kind of joked about it. Why would the initiative want to turn off lights?
Well, I think all electricity, not just...
Yes, yes. I'm dumbing it down.
Okay.
But, you know, I mean, so it's a virus. It's, you know, you can consider it a terrorist act or whatever. Which, there you go. I mean, I guess is hard technology to get. I don't know. I don't write the code for turning off lights.
Yeah, I think there are tons of backups in case lights do
Yeah,
go
that
off.
happens, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have rolling blackouts here all the time, but
yeah, there
power is usually restored.
Surely governments have backup plans for these things,
Right.
you'd think.
But apparently not with Carrion.
Well, no, I mean that's the whole point. You know, to borrow from. My understanding of turning off all the power plants, and by the way, is totally derived from the Matrix. Okay, so
Well, that's perfect.
because in that movie they turned off 27 blocks of light, and then there was a backup, and then they had to turn that off as well. So you know, you have to turn off the backup
Okay.
as well.
Right.
Yeah, my understanding comes from Ocean's 11, so similar thing.
At the end of the day, here's the thing: it just fits nicely into to moving this plot forward, into tying all these people, and ultimately, it's just a MacGuffin. Which a MacGuffin is just, again, it's something that the characters care about, but the audience really doesn't.
Not a new breakfast sandwich at McDonald's.
Yes, I'll go along with that. Sure.
MacGuffin. No? Okay.
If I'm to say anything about Carry-On, I really love the welcome screen. I mean, granted, it was developed in you know, the 90s, but it was great. Carry-On.
Yeah, welcome to Carrion. That's pretty good. Really quickly, back to Nolan buying a house. Do either of you remember what Padma said that Shiva was for? Shiva was the...
she kept evil spirits away.
Okay, but in reality, Shiva is a Hindu deity for... that's the destroyer of the universe. But she said it was to keep evil spirits away.
Correct.
Okay.
I don't know my Hindu goddesses enough.
I happened to just take a world religion class once upon a time. So, but yeah. So destroyer of the universe. So I wonder if she must know the difference.
I don't know.
I mean, she knew to get. I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, either way, it was just sad because Nolan was like, "There's no lucky charm that can keep the evil spirits away," and you know.
It's very sad. It was a very sad moment.
Maybe time for reconciliation with Marco.
How does he go back to Marco, and at what point can he go back to Marco? Because he has to obviously keep up the charade, much like Emily kept up the charade tonight.
I think that he can go back to Marco, and hopefully he will, and hopefully he can be humble enough, and hopefully Marco will be receptive enough.
Tell him the truth.
Yeah, I mean, well, we got a line from EJ that was actually cut out in last week's episode saying, like, hey, when you're ready, something like when you're ready to accept the truth, you know, I'll still be here for you and I'll forgive you. Something like that. So we're going to see them.
I'll be more forgiving than you've been, or more understand something.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, rewatch that episode. which is a nice segue because you can listen to it on iTunes. And while you're downloading that on iTunes and replaying it, you can rate and comment. It's actually pretty fast, pretty simple. Hopefully you give us 5 stars. I'll accept 4.5. I think we're up to 4.5. So you guys have been.
Wow.
You guys have been listening. Let's try to get to 5 if we can somehow.
Okay.
That means we're gonna have a lot of ratings to offset that. You know, to get from 4.5 to a 5. It's going to take a lot of ratings. It's going to take a lot of effort. What's that?
Can we get more than 5? Or that's it?
That's it.
Can't go to 11. No.
Can't go to no.
Sorry,
Can't go to 11.
Spinal Tap.
You could vote 11 times.
You just need more accounts. But you know how you can help that? You get your friends to rate and comment as well.
Yeah, tell a friend.
That's the other big part. That helps as well. And I'll save. I got some good news about AfterBuzz, but I'm going to save that for a little bit later. That's called a tease in the business. I'm teasing you. I know, fancy stuff going on here. Let's talk about Charlotte and Amanda, just because I want, it segues nicely into the Conrad plot, which we'll obviously talk about right after. But it's Charlotte's birthday; they're getting close. How do we like their relationship developing as two not really sisters?
I think, they seem to be really sort of, both of them, sort of like exterior characters. I don't think we really know either of them very well this season. So I guess the scenes that they have together are nice. I
mean, at least they're genuine towards each other, despite the fact that it's all not real.
But I think that I really enjoy Charlotte and Emily together more. I think that I think...
Because they are true sisters.
They're true sisters, yes.
Right.
There's that feeling that it's, well, at least Emily knows, yeah.
And Emily knows, and Emily obviously cares for her because she does know and she's a... But I think that Charlotte's feelings towards her are warmer as well.
Well, Amanda, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I mean, yes, but I think you're right, but even though Emily knows it, I'm wondering, Charlotte, it's funny how people are drawn to Emily, like Jack and that, even though they don't know her real identity, there's still this sort of this undercurrent of there's some kind of connection with her, right?
Right.
Because they don't know her true identity, but somehow they connect more with her than they do with fake Amanda. Well, but they don't understand it. They just don't understand why.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I will say for Amanda, I actually like it, and I think it's a direct result of Amanda and Emily's relationship because, Amanda can't really confide in Emily. Emily's all about her business, and with at least Charlotte, there's no supposed ulterior motives, I guess for Amanda, there is that motive of protecting her family, which Charlotte can obviously provide because she is a Grayson. But at the end of the day, she doesn't have to worry about, going at 100 miles an hour. With Charlotte, they can kind of relax. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right? That makes sense to you guys?
Yes.
So I think that's why, at least for Amanda, she likes having Charlotte around and, someone to kind of tutor, if you will. So.
Well, I was going to say that I don't think it's ever safe to be around the Graysons, but Charlotte decided to become a Clark.
That is a big decision. What do we think of this decision?
Well, I mean, I think it was obviously Charlotte rejecting the whole Grayson thing. I mean, we didn't see what the parents were saying because we didn't see that. I thought it was nice that Emily was there at that point when she heard that. So, I don't know. I guess Charlotte's trying to find herself, right? She's trying to find her true identity. And if she doesn't feel like she's a Grayson, she's trying to find who she does relate to. So she feels at this point, even though she doesn't really know much about David Clark other than what she's heard.
You know what was nice? The one line Conrad actually did have at the surprise party was the fact that, hey, we're not celebrating a calendar, we're celebrating you. Yeah. That was the actual good thing that came out of it. And then, she unfortunately slaps them with that. But
this is... Besides trying to steal Charlotte's money while she was in rehab, how has Conrad wronged her? I know that's a pretty big besides that, but because I feel that before that, they had a pretty close relationship.
They did.
They did, yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of not so nice. I mean, Conrad was her dad her whole life, and she never knew David Clark, and because I think more more than Conrad, she wants to separate herself from Victoria. I think that's where her.
Well, I think that was more the reason she did that. More than a slap against her father. I think it was more to her mother.
Right, but if anything, I think that would draw her closer to her mother because Victoria really loved David.
Yeah, but Victoria has never really spoken much about David to Charlotte, you know, nor will she, despite questioning.
Right.
So.
I don't know. I felt like it was a little hurtful.
I mean, it certainly was. I mean, here's the thing. I get it. You're trying to cleanse your name, but then if you look at it from a public perspective,
It's not really a good cleansing name, is it?
No, not at all.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
So you know, I mean, it just goes to show that Charlotte's still deep down a kid.
Exactly.
So
She just turned 18.
Well, actually, I was surprised she was just 18. I suppose they've referred to her age before, but I actually did think she was a little bit older than that.
no, she was
She
always
really
young.
is a kid. So she was basically, what, 16, 17 when we first met her then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was always that young.
Yeah.
But she is trying to help, you know, her quote sister, and by having Conrad intervene against the Ryans, which we were I really love Conrad in this position. He is just a badass taking control. Get out of the bar.
Yeah.
Thank God we've got some interest in something that made this storyline a little more interesting.
Yeah, we need the Graysons in there to be interesting.
Them, and you need them, yes.
Yeah.
You know, for me, the interesting part was obviously Conrad had his speech with Jack, and Amanda was there. I like how Conrad compared, you know, the two fathers. You and I are like Jack with blah blah, and I'm going over all the reasons. I really like that a lot, but then I like how Jack actually handled Matt, because that could have been tough.
Yeah.
And I thought he had the right things to say to him.
So did Matt end up writing the confession? Is that what we're assuming after they had that talk?
I believe so, 100%.
Right.
Do you guys not? If so, why not?
No, I think so too. I think Jack saying, "Do you want Carl to grow up without his father?"
Basically
Struck
asking
a
for
chord.
basically asking for self-sacrifice once again.
Right.
Which is this the last we've ever seen of Matt Duncan?
I wonder.
I don't
Hmm.
know.
Could be.
Could
Maybe
be. What effect does this have on Jack's conscience? Because obviously it was the right choice for Matt, but that was a tough thing for Jack to do.
Yeah, you know, fake Amanda was really the one to throw Matt Duncan
under the bus.
Right.
Yeah, I don't agree with it somehow. I know that's what they did, but I don't think Jack would. I don't think he'd still have a clear conscience about that. Even if he was the guilty one, the fact that Matt was, I think, just to sort of do it to save them, I'm not sure I really agreed with that. It's very much a Grayson kind of thing to do, not a Jack kind of thing to do.
Yeah. Which, as Declan points out, yeah, all right, we're not with the Ryans, but we're with the Conrads.
Yeah, that's right. So you traded, yeah, exactly. Now you're in bed with another, you know.
Right.
Because does that mean Matt gets convicted now? He's up for, you know, I mean, this is sort of has obviously bigger ramifications if you've just confessed to a murder.
It certainly does.
And he's got kids, I mean, you know, so it's a bigger thing than just here's his confession.
Well, you know, maybe not, because Conrad went to the Ryans. He said, "Here's his signed confession. Here's $50,000. Get out." So he might not go to the authorities with it.
Okay, all right. Because you assuming it's just going to be like, here's his confession, he's admitted it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that just occurred to me.
Yeah.
Well, there has to be some publicity behind it.
Yeah.
Because the whole angle for Conrad is the fact that he's cleaning the streets.
Yes.
So
True.
if he's just cleaning the streets with bribes, that's not really good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he's cleaning the streets, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess time will tell with this whole storyline because it's not entirely clear. And we can talk about this now, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That what is this deal that he's making
With Nate?
with Nate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I actually like the fact that Ashley doesn't like it. The fact that she has some sort of humane side to her.
Well, if it's beneath Ashley, I mean, it must be pretty bad.
Exactly.
Well, basically, they wanna be the mob.
Yeah, I mean, talking about, that, And if this is what didn't gel with me. He's trying to be what, a politician, right? So
Conrad is.
Conrad is. So why would he get in bed with some deal that's basically the mob cleaning up, that's going to heavy hand everyone on the dock to sell their businesses and
They're going to build casinos.
build casinos? I mean, why? How would you keep your? I didn't quite get that. If he's trying to sort of look like the guy that's going to be the politician, or you just we're assuming he can do all this behind the scenes and never be found out.
Especially if he's going to be the politician whose angle is to clean up the streets.
Yeah, and he gets in bed with the virtually a mob that are going to be strong-arming all the businesses.
Well, again, you just have to spin it to a public appearance, and you know, again, as they said, you look like you'll have creative jobs.
Yeah, job creation. People do like that.
People love that, and people love to gamble.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's not like there was no big announcement yet. You know, we don't know the public angles so far. You know, and we know let's say at the very least he's trying to clean up the streets or whatever. You know, I don't think it's like now his whole plan reverses. It's still moving forward with, you know, that of like, we're going to help the docks. Right. So I think this could still be in keeping. It just has to alter on their side, but publicly it's still en route.
All right.
So, I mean, hey, if nothing else, this is the most time we've spent about it in the most enthusiastic way we've ever done so. So, hey, I'm interested in how this goes. Yeah. But for the sake of time, let's move on to the big plot of tonight, Stonehaven. You know, so we got to start of last week. You know, we got the introduction of Stonehaven, and this week things are coming together. Now, again, now we talked about Carry On. Now it kind of fits, right? So Carry On's going to turn off the blocks. The big worry in Emily's mind is what's going to happen during that blackout, and then obviously the relief effort comes from Stonehaven. Right. And they make money.
But this is getting back into, just to sidetrack a little bit, I think what we were talking about 2 weeks ago, how these kind of bigger plots are taking over the original Emily revenge plot, isn't it? I mean, now we're getting into kind of like major plots of, you know, terrorism, and I don't know. I'm still not sure what's happening with the show in terms of this whole initiative, and because I think it has taken it seriously away from what this show started with, which was kind of Emily getting, unless somehow they're bringing it all back. I'm not going to try yet, but now we're getting into these crazy plots with Stonehaven, and you know, and lights turning off, and I don't know.
It's true, but at the end of the day, the characters are still. I mean, everyone's in LA. Yeah. You know, so no matter where they go, they're always together. Right. Which was the fun part in tonight's episode.
That was the Langham Hotel, by the way, in Pasadena.
Yeah?
Yeah, I recognised it very much, yes. All that was shot there.
Right. Yeah. That's cool, that's cool. How much of it, like everything?
Everything was, all the exterior work. Yeah, I recognised just about all those scenes. They must have, it looked like it was all shot there.
Interesting.
I was only there about a week ago for the TCAs, Television Critics. The TCAs were held there.
There you go. Hey, look at that. You know, but I think ultimately, you know, in our news and gossip, you know, Mike Kelly, the creator, has said, you know, stay tuned because it's not going to be so heavy on that. You know, it's going to bring it back to the Graysons. And ironically, we'll talk about this more with predictions, but in the teaser it did say, like, hey, originally Revenge started for Emily about this, you know, versus the Graysons. And Emily says, you know, the Graysons are still the primary target. Right. So, but why don't we start with, for me, I love the aspect of Jason versus Victoria, you know.
And can I just say, as a Nip Tuck fan, I'm so glad to see Dylan Walsh playing Jason.
There you go.
Nice to see him there.
That's good. Yeah, he did a really good job.
He's a good actor. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. So we're led to believe, obviously, that Victoria sleeps with him.
Was about to? Was going to?
I totally think
did.
She did. She closed the drapes. What else could that mean?
I thought he had to do the little. He had to do her.
I don't know, but
who pays up first in those situations, ladies? Does the female or the guy?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering.
I like how he asks ladies, like this is like our other line of work or something.
But I don't know. You do it.
Martin, who pays first, the lady or the guy?
No.
What do you mean no?
The guy. What do you mean?
Yeah, I would have thought Victoria wouldn't give the game away until she got what she wanted.
Yeah.
That would be my
Then why'd she close the drapes?
Well, it was a little tease.
But, you know, I would think, well, to gain his trust, you know, hey, I'll do this for you ahead because I trust you to do the...
Right.
I don't know.
Well...
Either way.
And why is he, like, obsessed with her? He's like, I've always wanted you. I feel like you're completely trying to screw me over in my... whatever, I don't know, like that he felt like she was completely trying to deceive him, but he's like, oh, I still totally want you.
Because men can do pretty stupid things when they want to sleep with a woman.
No, let me ask this: we found out from Aiden and their conversation what Jason's line of business is. What is Jason's line of business?
It's disaster relief.
Yes. Acquisitions.
Oh.
Acquisitions, right?
Oh, Stonehaven's disaster relief.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Victoria is an acquisition he's never gotten.
That's what I'm saying. Men will do
exactly
all sorts of things too.
So that's why he wants Victoria. He's been going after her for years and hasn't won.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sorry. Are you disappointed, Anna? I don't know how. Like, there's no other way I can articulate this.
I just don't think it's enough of a.
Maybe to you females.
No, I see your point. No, I totally agree with you. A man would do that. He sees her as a prize that that he has not gotten.
Yes.
And he wants to get her. Yes. Like, it totally makes sense.
Even if she's completely setting him up, or he feels that she's completely setting him up.
That's why he's torn. He's going back and forth, but he wants both.
Yeah.
He wants the truth, and again, he gets suckered because he believes her, and obviously she's actually telling the truth. But hey, all in all, it was a fun plot, and it certainly drove a wedge between Victoria and Emily, which I liked.
Yes.
And as it's actually funny because I didn't think of it that way, but Emily then reminds us, like, hey, I had to walk a fine line between my man. Certainly you can appreciate that.
Yes, exactly.
So I thought that, it's actually true, the symmetry between the two of them.
Yeah. And
how manipulative of guys they can be.
Mm-hmm. Well, what was that? Oh, we haven't got on to Daniel yet, but there was a great line about...
Let's get on Daniel.
Oh, no, I was just saying that great line that Victoria, I don't know word for it, but that line, how about that Daniel can never make a decision without sort of being on the crest of a woman? Yeah, something like that. Which probably, I thought that was...
Well, here's something I'm a little confused on, because later Emily says, I can't do this. Your mother asked me to keep an eye on you, and he said, how stupid do you think I am? Or you must think I'm so stupid. Which I do, but...
Yes. We all do, Daniel. We all do.
It's not just her. But, so does he actually have feelings for Emily, or because he said, I was just seeing how far you would go with it? Do we think he actually has feelings for her, or was he playing her as much as she was playing?
I think he has feelings for her.
Yeah. I think so, too.
Mm-hmm. Because they have that moment of, like, all right, let's not do anything tonight. You know what I mean? So that means, like, hey, I'm glad you told the truth. I was actually playing you, but that doesn't mean I don't love you.
Right.
So.
What do you think Emily's reason for doing that for? Just to get more trust from him, do you think? Or she felt some moment of...
No, they had, I think it was with Nolan when they were talking, like, hey, what if Victoria reveals the secret?
Right.
Because, Emily was talking about how, Victoria and Emily are splitting. Mm. So, she...
So it was just a counter move before Victoria did it?
Yes.
Right.
That's what I think it was.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No one else?
Well, I think she was actually having moments of feeling guilty. I think there were...
Really?
I do.
Why?
Well, but there's also been there was kind of a hint in this show, because we're talking about collusion and everything, that maybe her feelings are starting to play a little bit with either Daniel or Aiden. Even that sort of dream sequence where she imagined them both in bed. I still feel like there was kind of a hint in this show that some emotions are still playing with her, whether it's feelings towards Daniel, feelings towards Aiden. I think maybe she's not clear either. I think that's what they were alluding to, don't you think, tonight, that there is actually some real emotion there to both of them, perhaps?
Yeah.
And that's always what can sabotage her, so she has to kind of be careful of that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true. Go ahead. Oh,
I was just agreeing. I was actively listening.
Actively listening?
Yeah.
Well, hey, I don't know how truthful Dan is in knowing all the things he did. But hey, if he did, then he played this to a T, you know, with manipulating Nolan and getting those results, you know, going against Jason and everything like that. You know, and if you look at it, she has been his lady luck.
Yeah.
Unlike any other woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Hasn't really been luck, but
Well, I mean,
lucky for him, sure.
It's true. Well, I was gonna say Daniel thought of some of the things, but no, he hadn't. You know, because it was Emily who suggested, hey, you know, if he wants, you know, Donna wanted a side by side, right? It was Donna.
Yeah, Donna Carlisle.
Yeah.
He wanted side by side. You know, I've already offered my pitch, yes, but you haven't countered your opponent.
Opponents, yeah.
And so, you know, Daniel never thought that through. So she is a powerful aide to Daniel.
She sure is.
She is. She's not so powerful to Aiden.
No.
I feel she kind of completely screwed him over tonight.
She didn't mean to.
Yeah, but she couldn't really let him shoot Victoria. Come on. Then they'd all be out of a job. There'd be no show.
That's true. That's true. But I'm surprised Aiden didn't kill her immediately.
I'm surprised that too. But I think what I loved best was Emily's explanation for that. Like, hey, their number one goal is this. And if Victoria's dead, he's going to be grieving his mother. You know? So don't do it. And their number one goal is to have him acquire Stonehaven. He'll do that. And just tell him, like, you did this. So I thought that idea was sincere and in keeping with everything.
The goods of the many outweigh the needs of the one, or whatever Star Trek line.
Yeah, you know, and it would have proven that Aiden was helping in some sort of way, but, you know, obviously, is Colleen dead? Colleen's dead. That's Aiden and her done.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, well, two things. First, the initiative probably knows better that Aiden really didn't have a hand in helping Daniel acquire Stonehaven. They seem to know everything. So that's number one. Number two, why does Emily care about keeping Victoria alive?
There's more secrets she has to get out of her. You know, there's something that's at play. I don't know.
I think it would just destroy the whole dynamic of everything if Victoria was gone. I mean, with Daniel. I mean, I just wouldn't it? I don't know.
I mean, I think for the sake of the show, yeah, of course we have to keep Madeline Stone. But I don't understand what Emily Thorne's investment in Victoria's life is. I don't know. I was just not really convinced or sold.
I think there's, to me, there's more secrets that she has to get out of Victoria. There's more things that Victoria's going to be the key to down the line. You know, and to an extent, as Emily said, like it's a matter of power. You know, so maybe Emily ultimately wants Victoria dead, but not by the initiative's hand, not on the initiative's orders. You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think she's, you know, let's say for the sake of this episode, that's what she's going up against more versus, hey, let's keep Victoria alive.
Yeah.
Will you accept that answer?
I will accept that. Maybe she wants her to know that she's the real Amanda Clark before, as she's killing her herself with her bare hands.
I think she'd want her to know eventually, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually she will. What about you guys? What did you guys find interesting in the whole Stonehaven plot? And I know you guys, what I love about you guys are excellent at picking out the minute details that I don't always pick out. Feel free to share those.
Oh, yeah. No pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Thanks for the challenge there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I know. I feel so much pressure now.
I know.
Especially given our latest comments.
Oh, no. Well, I'll let you guys think for a little bit more, because I know you guys have a lot more to say. But let me say this while you guys think. We've heard your cries, fellow fans. I know you guys want a lot of the cool stuff that at least I am wearing here, but in terms of here with the host, they're drinking out of amazing AFTERBUZZ cups and all that. So we've listened to you, and we have created an AFTERBUZZ store. So if you go to AFTERBUZZ, yes. Go to AfterBuzzTV.com. Click on the banner that says "Get your AfterBuzz gear." It says something along those lines. It'll take you to our very own AfterBuzz store. You can break it down. We have women's clothes. We have guys' clothes. We have kid clothes.
Baby
Really?
clothes.
Baby clothes?
We have baby clothes.
With AfterBuzz on it.
That's right.
I'm getting my niece a onesie.
Cute.
That's right.
Yeah, just
Hey.
in time for the holidays.
Need a sleeve for your iPad? Get it from AfterBuzz.
Wow.
Need a cup? Get it from AfterBuzz. Need something to put under the cup, like a coaster? Get it from us.
Wow.
Spread the love, you know, and so that's the awesome part.
So what color is it? Black?
We got whites and blacks for shirts.
Okay.
You can get your very own hoodie.
Do you have pajamas?
We're working on pajamas. I
Well,
don't
see,
think
we're here so late. You know,
We
people
should-
might want to kind of, you know, be in their PJs.
We should work on boxers and panties.
that's how do you brand that?
I don't know how you brand it.
I mean, let's just be, if I may, go
AfterBuzz lingerie?
like
Yeah, why
no,
not?
but like, how do you put like a logo on a thong?
And the front.
Yeah,
Very
on
small
the front.
logo.
I mean, okay.
Come on, Phil.
Part of the whole thing is it's you know, let's be real here. Part of it is publicity for us.
Yeah.
You know, and I know you guys, and the cool part is that you guys do want to advertise this because that's why you want the gear. By putting on a logo on underwear, I don't know how much advertisement that's doing, unless you know,
Well,
hey,
you
if
don't know
you're a
what
free
people are
spirit.
up to, you know, when they're listening to us, right?
And it's a great conversation piece for one night stands.
That's it. I mean, hey, you know, I don't encourage it, but hey, I don't deny it. If that's the word. We should probably get some news.
Let's do it.
Let's do some news.
AfterBuzz TV News.
What do we got this week, Anna?
Well, we have a thing or two. So we sort of touched on this before. Phil, you mentioned, and Katherine, you were saying you were upset, but Madeline Stowe just confirms that, you know, the revenge plot has sort of been all over the place, and the story has gotten big with the
Yes.
initiative, and she promises that revenge is going to be getting back to its roots. She says, you're not going to have the initiative out here and this thing happening out there. They're going to concentrate on the central character. The central character, of course, being Emily, and we can expect her currently conspiratorial relationship with Victoria to once again turn tumultuous. Stowe promises, I'm once again being targeted villain and doing horrible things to Emily, and Emily's going to be doing horrible things to me. It's on again, which is really, really good. It's really going to be us trying to destroy each other.
That's fun.
So great, we love that. Little bit of a spoiler alert. We have
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Martin is on it. I love that.
He is. So I'm sure everybody caught it, but we won't be back until February 10th.
I didn't catch that until tonight. Boo.
Another break, another break.
Another break. But when we come back, we have the Jack and Amanda wedding
And the boat.
in the boat.
Well, there's been talk about this boat for like since before this season started.
I know. I have a prediction about that.
Boat. Yeah.
Well, what's your prediction while we're on it?
Well, I have some more news, and then so
We talk about the news. That's what we do here. We don't just read the news.
we read the news, but then I'm not gonna have any predictions.
All right, fine.
Okay.
What do we got?
And then, so just the last thing, the Golden Globes really hurt
Of course.
the ratings.
Well, we rated like nearly 20. We got 20 million viewers. Or
Well,
something.
I'm
Biggest ratings.
surprised there was anything on TV that night.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think everyone expected the Globes to do so. I mean, it's the highest ratings we've had since 2007.
You had Tina Fey.
and Amy Poehler, and it was excellent.
HBO and Showtime also premiered new lineups, which was also a little bit crazy of them. The other thing that Revenge did earlier this season was they had a new episode the night before Thanksgiving,
Right.
which is also a little.
I think that was partly because of the hurricane.
Okay. Still, their ratings have been hurting, and we spoke about this earlier. That why did they change nights? Because they used to be on Wednesday nights, and now they went to Sundays, and that they're in the same slot that Desperate Housewives used to be. So now it's not even 100% positive that they're going to be renewed. It's likely that they will
No,
be,
don't do that.
Oh.
but it's not a.
I don't think you can take the Globes night as an example. I mean, that was just an unusual night where
Well-
everyone was
the season overall does not have nearly the ratings that they were.
Guys, watch it, because it's gonna come down to me. I bought like the DVD. I bought the season 1 DVD. I bought it on iTunes so that way I could watch it back in the day because I caught up. That's how I caught up. But I got the DVD so I could watch the season 1 features. Don't put this on me, people, to have to hold this show up.
I know.
I can't afford that.
I think it was
just watch on Sunday nights for free, damn it.
Well, I think they've had that Sunday night lineup. I don't know how Once Upon a Time's going, but I think that Sunday night lineup, 666 Park Avenue was a dismal failure. So I think maybe ABC is just having a little trouble getting that Sunday night lineup right. So,
yeah, they should have never moved it from Wednesdays, I think. Sunday night is a hard
Nashville's
night.
on Wednesdays. Which is my other favorite show. I love Nashville.
I mean, they needed something in that slot.
Yeah.
GCB wasn't cutting it.
No.
I like that show.
Well, I have a lot of people that liked it too, but I'm just saying, and I don't know. I think people get too much into ratings and things like that. And look at Arrested Development, the ultimate
I know.
Yeah, comeback story.
Yeah,
It can always go to Netflix.
To do that.
That's what someone else can pick it up. Like Cougar Town went to TBS. I mean, there's always comeback stories.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, the viewers that they have are very loyal, and you just got to figure out how to market to those people and what they want, because I think ultimately will buy it.
And may I add, Revenge internationally has been a huge success, so including Australia. Hope you're watching. Yes, so you've got to count that in too. I mean, not just domestically, but if a show's working overseas, that they might keep it going too. So I don't know. I know that Revenge has been very successful in other markets, which isn't always the case with a lot of shows.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope it's as successful as Baywatch internationally.
Yeah.
If we did that, we'd be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
We could have one person watching in the U.S. or 3. That would be us.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. I don't think we can write Revenge off yet.
No, I don't think so either. It's just
Here's the thing.
struggling a little bit.
With cable shows, they it's always amazing how, like, 30 minutes into episode 1 of a new season, it's renewed for season 5.
I know. Didn't they just renew Anger Management for like forever? Oh,
Yeah.
that was not quite FX,
Yeah,
but
I
mean,
they did.
These shows, they always wait till like the last moment, like, Revenge got renewed. So I'm not giving up.
There's no reason to give up.
I'm not giving up. Emily's not giving up. I'm not giving up.
I don't see it going.
I shouldn't have brought this on News and Gossip.
No, you
with
shouldn't have.
Depressed Phil. All right.
Well, is that it?
That's it.
All right. With that, let's get to predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right. So you had a prediction.
I predict that's Conrad at the bottom of that boat.
They're not going to get rid of Conrad.
Guys, it's a prediction, okay?
Okay.
You can't.
I think it might be Amanda. No.
Well,
It was a dude's hand.
Yeah, and it was a married dude's hand.
Okay.
It was a Harry. Did you say Harry?
Married, because he had a wedding ring on.
He seemed he seemed hairy too.
Yeah, well, Conrad's a little hairy.
Not in the arm.
On the fingers? No, he's a little hairy.
Okay.
I think it's Conrad. That's my prediction. I think he's going to get too involved.
We know he's white. No, I'm just saying it's not Matt Duncan.
No.
He's wearing a suit.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Is it Jason? It can't be Jason. Are we gonna see Jason back again? Probably not.
Maybe not.
Jason doesn't care.
Is he married?
Apparently not.
I don't think so.
Well, this guy's married,
Oh, okay.
so
Jack.
I feel like they teased 2 episodes in one because they're saying episode 14 is the big climax of this season.
Episode 14.
Episode 14, but
Okay.
next episode
it's the wedding.
is 13,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not wrong in that and sounding stupid, am I? Okay.
No, if this is episode 12, then the next one is.
As long as this episode is 12, I can say that with great confidence.
Yeah, and I think you can say that you're pretty right there.
But yeah, I don't know. It's I'm looking forward to it. Aiden versus Emily. You know, she I thought she was always most truthful with Aiden,
Yes.
and now she can't have that. She has to regain his trust.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm looking forward to the most.
Right.
And I want more Nolan. Nolan comes in with his great lines, but I want him more involved.
What Nolan
Agreed.
to find love.
He should get on Match.
I mean, well, he liked Marco, and I think him and Marco are great.
Maybe that'll happen. Maybe he'll find love with Marco.
It'd be great.
You know, I like Nolan being Emily's employee, not Daniel's.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he's not as peppy when he's Daniel's employee.
Yeah, that can't last,
Yeah.
surely. That whole under Daniel thing, that kind of.
Daniel's not his type.
No. I know. I knew I was going to lead to that.
I can't wait to get shit for that on your guys' comments. Anyway, I think that about wraps it up, correct, guys?
I predict we'll be back in 2 weeks.
That's right. All right. In the meantime, for those 2 weeks, if you guys can't get enough of us, where can they follow you, Katherine?
At Katherine Tulich, KATHERINE TULICH, Twitter and Instagram.
Look at that.
And I'm on a Koppel. You can follow me at Koppel for Mayor, KOPPELFORMAYOR.
She's running against Conrad, so decide who you want for mayor. Koppel for mayor or Grayson for mayor?
Koppel.
I vote Koppel for mayor.
Exactly.
I knew I could count on you, Phil.
You can follow us here at AfterBuzz TV. And of course, go to AfterBuzzTV.com. Click on the store and get your AfterBuzz merchandise. That's, can't wait to see you guys in those. Instagram that.
Should we all be wearing it next time?
Maybe.
Yeah. Will you guys tweet us pictures of you in our merch? That'd be great.
Maybe your kids.
Yeah, your kids. We want a lot of babies
I wonder
wearing
how,
the merch.
You know, as we put a description on there, babies love podcasts and onesies.
True.
So until next time, thank you guys for listening.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.